Good morning.
So it's Thursday, Saranac Thursday. Looks like the weather's going to be
Finally.
perfect. Yeah, we have some really nice weather. I found this story that was sent to me: 10 beers you should not drink because of
Such and such.
synthetic products, stuff that is high fructose corn syrup, all of this different stuff. Not necessarily good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your now? These were 10 major brands.
Sure.
And then they say you should drink a lot of the microbrewery beers.
You know, notwithstanding that I do
Natural
sell
products,
Yeah, I do sell some of those brands, and this is totally unrelated to that. But I think some of the reasons behind that are spurious. They're kind of a correlation that is not proven, such as the GMO corn being used in the beer, GMO grains. I don't know how you can really say that that's going to make it through the brewing process into the beer itself, especially when the yeast is consuming most of the sugars that you're getting from those grains and stuff. That's never been proven. So I take that with a grain of salt. But as far as the
a grain of natural salt, by the way.
Of course, sea salt only.
Yeah.
But as far as, the one thing they had against Guinness was that it uses isinglass, so if you're a vegan, you don't want that. It's from the swim bladder of a fish, and, I guess that's a legitimate concern.
Well, I remember there was a battle between two milk companies when I was working in Providence, and both of those companies, you can buy their milk right here. But they were there was a commercial that came out and said, did you know so-and-so uses fish oil in their milk?
Oh.
And they just said fish oil just doesn't sound good when you're thinking about milk. Mm-hmm. And I think those can be damaging, right, when they throw these things out.
Well, especially if you don't know truly what it's used for. Whereas the isinglass in Guinness is used as a clarifier, so it just sediment flocculates around it and settles to the bottom of the tank. And most of the beer comes off the top of the tank and leaves that in there. But, if you just say that it's made with isinglass, you think you're drinking swim bladders of fish, which really isn't the case.
Not the case. Okay, what'd you bring in here today?
I brought in
microbrewery beer of the week.
This is Founders Rubeus. So this is their summer seasonal. It's a great beer. It's made with tons and tons of fresh raspberries. They add it throughout the brewing process and throughout the aging process at different points. As you can see, it's a brilliant, brilliant red color. And unlike a lot of fruit beers,
I have some right here.
This isn't made with a prepackaged flavoring that they add to a beer.
Yeah, it's got a raspberry color to it.
Absolutely, and it tastes like biting into a fresh raspberry. This is a really neat beer to have with food, especially desserts, chocolate cake. A couple of local establishments are pouring this over vanilla ice cream for floats. And also, it's a neat beer that you can mix with other beers. So we keep this around for special events, and we'll throw it on with stouts or porters and make a 50-50 or a good IPA, a raspberry IPA.
Neat. This is my wife would love this beer.
Yeah.
This is very, it's kind of almost got like a soda bubble to it.
Yeah, it's almost like a raspberry soda. Almost.
And it's just overflowing with raspberry flavors.
Yep.
That's my endorsement.
If you're looking for the perfect summer drink, a lot of you, if you don't like the shandy or the citrus of a shandy, this is perfect.
I'm drinking mine with a little chocolate chip cookie.
Oh,
nice.
This is
really
good. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. They're making floats.
Floats with this, yeah.
I can see that.
That's a really good idea.
I need to get me one of those.
All right, what is this called again?
This is called Founders Rubeus, and you can find it. It's authorized at our local chain stores. Obviously, our better beer stores will be carrying this, and if you can find it on draft, I would highly encourage you to drink it on draft.
Is this new?
They came out with it last year for the first time, so this is the second year.
You just mentioned something.
You only brought 4 in. I'm sorry. There's only 4. I gotta have my wife try one.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You mentioned something. You got to try it on draft. I don't know this. What's the difference between drinking it out of a bottle or a can or on tap?
It varies depending on the brewer, but many breweries will pasteurize their bottles, and that's basically a secondary heating to kill any bacteria or wild things that might be in that bottle so that it prolongs shelf life.
That doesn't happen with cans?
Well, no, it happens with cans and bottles, but not ordinarily not draft. That heating process basically cooks the beer a second time, and it's a discernible difference. Not all craft breweries pasteurize. A lot of them sterile filter, which doesn't involve heating, but it also a lot of breweries that we sell don't do any filtration or anything like that. It's a very fragile beer. It's best kept cold and drank fresh.
Now a connoisseur would say it's better on tap.
I always say it's better on draft.
Better on draft.
Yep.
And that is so there really is a difference. I have to tell you, with cider, have you ever had cider that is pasteurized versus not? It's a completely different beverage.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
At a lot of those places, and for pregnant women and for children, they don't,
Right, they don't recommend
the
it.
state is trying to require that everybody pasteurize, but it changes the. So this really does. So when you draft versus bottle and can, there is a difference.
Sure, absolutely.
Good stuff. All right, well, this is unique. One more time on what this is. We're going to put a picture of the bottle up on our.
It's called
our
Founders
website.
Rubaeus. And-
Founders Rubaeus.
And we'll have it available through August.
All right, and you'll be spelling that as well for us.
Rubaeus.
That's easy. Okay, nice, Naegele. Nice job. This
Cheers.
is really. You should try this. Very, very unique. We'll come back here in 2 minutes with the news on WIBX.